Hi, this is Emily Comark, and this is my response to the Human Resource Framework. Um, the Human Resource Framework really emphasizes the fact that the organization works as a family. So, as far as a school is concerned, we all know that people are our most valuable resources, and so that's where we allocate a lot of our emphasis on everyone working together. Every person in the education system has a role and a responsibility. However, we have a goal that we're all working towards. So each individual has needs and skills and builds relationships, and we have to have all of those working together in order to achieve our goal, which in an educational setting is the success of our students. So the Human Resource Framework really focuses on the goal and aligning the organization and the human needs. So what people do we have, what skills do they have, and where do they fit in supporting our common goal? Then we have strategic planning, which is getting everyone together and communicating what our goal is. So whether that is from a teacher standpoint, professional development, and talking about our goals, we're trickling that all the way around to the cooks, the custodians, the maintenance personnel, the office staff, the community, making sure everyone understands what our strategic plan is and how we're going to get there as well. Then we have decision making. Decision making is open to every member of our community in the sense that every person has a perspective on how we're going to achieve our goal and what they need to do in their respective job positions to support the goal. So the decision making is open and it involves all stakeholders in the process. Then we have communication. Communication is exchanging the information. Everyone has needs and feelings, and communicating that amongst all stakeholders is really important, especially when you're looking at a goal and you have a strategic plan to get to that goal. Every person in the school community needs to know what those goals are, what they need to do in order to help achieve the goals. And then we have the leader, so the building principal acts as a servant or a catalyst and is helping support and meeting the needs of the people. So understanding that we have a goal and making sure that all of the parts are working with whatever jobs they have in their particular positions to make sure that everyone is working towards the common goal and understands the process and the plan. So when we're talking about the human resource framework, we have people who have specific skill sets, and the organization needs specific skills as well. So we're trying to mesh those and make those work together. So people who are really good at teaching, their goals, their support will be making sure that the academics involved in student learning and student success, they're going to be focused on that, and that's a good fit for that person. Whereas the person who is a cook and is really good at making sure that all of those nutrition guidelines are met and that students are getting the exact amount of what they need on their plates when they go through the lunch line, that's just as important, but that has a specific fit as well for the organization, and making sure that it's a good benefit for both the person, the individual who is working on their skill set, and the organization. So making sure that we have the right people in the right positions. Occasionally, we may have a paraprofessional or a teacher that might be struggling in their position, and we have to work together to help them, one, have the best fit for themselves, and make sure that we're all working towards the same goal. So those are conversations that a leader and situations that a leader has to look at and evaluate throughout the process. When I think about the hierarchy of individuals in a school setting, I broke it down as we have the principal at the top of the pyramid, looking and observing and making sure that all of the moving parts are together, making sure every person has their needs met, and that we have the clear vision and goal. Then I have the students, because every decision that we make, if our goal involves our students, which in an education setting it would, every decision we make and every goal we set revolves around our students. So we need to be looking at their needs. We need to be looking at what they are telling us through their academics and our observations of what their needs are. So then we have the students. Then I have a group of people below that. That's the teachers, the paras, and the parents. The reason I put these three together is because these individuals have daily contact with the students. So those individuals who have a daily contact with the students, they have more opportunities to be engaged with the students and involved with the students so that they can continue to work more directly on the academic goals or on the outcomes that our building has set. Then underneath that, I have the cooks, the maintenance personnel, custodians, and the office staff, because these individuals will occasionally have a direct contact with the students, but not always and not as often as the three groups of people in the column above. However, their roles are just as important as all of the other roles in the school building, because they are the ones that are feeding our children, making sure they have their nutrition needs met, their health needs met, making sure that the needs in the classroom are being met. For example, chairs, desks, all of those things. And the office staff is occasionally in our building also works as a nurse. So when they're not feeling well, those types of things. But they don't have the daily direct connection with the students like the individuals above. Then on the bottom, I have the alumni and the community. While they are important, and we will continue to keep them involved and engaged in the goal and the process as much as possible, their direct connection to students is not as often or as frequent as the other two columns. So that's how I laid out my hierarchy and my pyramid, because I think really once you have the students at the top, all those decisions are made based on how often the interactions are and what impact those individuals have for students. Yes, we know they are all important. Yes, we know everyone has a role, but everyone has a role and they have to do it well, and it has to be a good fit for the organization. And the organization has to be working towards student goals and making sure that all decisions we make are in the best interest of our students. Thank you.